Thank you so much for joining me for this Pitta soothing practice. In Ayurveda, we understand that the elemental forces that comprise all of reality, all of nature, are also within us. These qualities of water, air, space, fire, earth, and the elements of water and fire comprise the Pitta dosha. That means that generally Pitta folks are fiery in nature. And even though we all have these qualities, we all possess Pitta qualities, some more than others. And if you're watching this when it's just released, that means it's summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, and specifically in Florida, where I am and where I know many of you are, which means it's really hot. It's the Pitta season, the Pitta time of year, where these fiery qualities can be exacerbated. So this short sequence is designed to help us cool and soothe some of those fiery energies that can be boiling up in this season, but really this practice can be used any time of year. Anytime you could use a little opportunity to create some more spaciousness, openness, and cooling within your mind, within your body, and within your energy. With this practice today, we will be primarily lying back, seated on the floor, and just doing a little bit of postural practice with downward facing dog. So we won't even come up to standing. So that being said, if you have a blanket or a pillow at home, please bring it in for this practice and use it to elevate your hips, to sit your hips just a little bit higher than your knees. We don't want the knees to be hugging up really high when we're on the floor. So you can just build up any props that you need to underneath your seat, wiggling your hips far forward toward the front edge of your pillow or your blanket or your meditation cushion, so that we can create length across your spine. Now, in your comfortable seat, you might also make that seat a little wider, bringing the knees out just a little wider so there's some more space for airflow, for movement, for ease. Let's begin by bringing the fingertips down to the earth on either side of you. Lifting through your heart, close the eyes or relax your gaze. Allow the breath to flow softly, naturally. There's a softness in the palms, rooting downward through your sitting bones, through your fingertips. As you inhale, draw the breath deep down into the bottom of the lungs, expanding across your solar plexus and your side ribs, all the way up across your heart. As you exhale, gently draw your navel back toward your spine. Breathe in, down, as if you were breathing down into your belly. Let the breath rise up from the belly all the way up across the heart, exhaling completely. Every breath that you draw in refreshes the mind, refreshes your energy system. And we'll rotate the palms upward toward the sky. Inhale to sweep the arms out and up lightly. Connect your fingertips overhead and exhale. Melt your hands down to your heart. Inhale, sweep the fingertips back up. Let's release the right arm down toward the earth. Walk the right fingertips out to the side, stretching your left arm up and overhead. Just a little side bend here, anchoring through that left hip. Shoulders soften away from your ears. Breathing down the left side body. Could you breathe across your left side ribs? Let there be some softness in your left hand. And then inhale, lift through your center, arms up and over to the other side, walking your left fingertips out. Right arm extends up and overhead. Shoulders relax away from your ears. There's freedom in the neck. Your gaze, your chin might draw upward toward your upper palm, perhaps remaining at the horizon line, or perhaps grounding downward, gaze softening toward the earth. Could you feel the breath traveling down the right side body? Inhale, grounded through the hips, arms float back overhead. Exhale, hands melt down to your center. Lots of space between the palms here. Breathe in through the nose, exhale with a soft sigh. And then release your hands. We'll switch the cross in the legs, moving into a deeper pranayama technique. This is a cooling breath here, and we'll do a simplified version of the cooling pranayama technique. And so you want to purse your lips as if you were drinking in each inhale through a straw. We're going to inhale through that tube of the pursed lips, which will cool and dry the air. And then as you exhale, you're going to flip your tongue to the roof of your mouth. That's going to send that cooled, dry air up toward the upper palate, which will actually help to cool off the mind a little bit. If you're getting a little hot-headed, all that pitta, fiery energy, this breathing technique can really help. It also helps tremendously if you are physically getting a little overheated, no matter what situation you're in. We can practice this, and it can give us some sweet relief. So let's give it a try. Breathing in through your pursed lips as if you were sucking in the air through a straw. Exhale, flip the tip of the tongue to the upper palate. Exhale with the lips closed. Through the nose. And again, inhale through the mouth. Exhale softly through the nose, tip of the tongue to upper palate, lips closed. Inhale. Exhale. Continue. One more. You might notice the drying quality of this breathing technique. You can return to Dirga breath, the long breath, inhaling and exhaling naturally through the nose. Imagining that cooling, refreshing air. Perhaps imagine it like this soothing blue color down across your lungs, your respiratory system, down across your limbs. And on your next inhale, float the arms out and up toward the sky. Once again, just the pads of the fingertips lightly connect overhead and slide down to your heart. Lots of space here in the palms. Space for some of that cooling air to flow. Breathe in, send the fingertips up, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, float the arms out and down to the earth. Very nice. We'll bring the soles of the feet together in a butterfly position. You can keep a bit of a wide stance here. Your heels don't have to be hugged in super tight toward the hips. Hands just lightly resting on your shins. Deep breath in, broaden across the heart, lift the chin. Keep your arms fully extended here, lightly pressing palms into shins and shins into palms. On your next exhale, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. And again, inhale, scoop the heart forward, lift and open. Exhale, round across the back. So some spinal waves here. Breathing in, lifting through your heart. Exhale to round. Just a few more. Soothing and smoothing the breath with the movement. Exhale as you round. Inhale, draw the heart forward, lift and open. Exhale, rounding. Feeling nice and grounded through the hips. One more. And then we'll arrive back in a tall spine. You can sweep your legs back behind you into tabletop. I'll just rotate to the side here, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Really spread through the pads of the fingertips. Lots of space here. Continuing with those spinal waves in our tabletop. As you inhale, draw your heart forward gently, lifting through the gaze softly. As you exhale, rounding the back, cat arch. Inhale, tilting the tailbone upward, draw the chest forward to the gateway of the arms. Exhale, just releasing any stuck, stagnant energy, breathing in. Lift your heart, sink your belly toward the earth. Exhale, cat arch, we round. Two more. Breathe in and breathe out. Letting the waves of the breath mirror the waves of your body in this motion. And then feel free to let your hips sway a little side to side. Let the head and the neck sway side to side. Let's return to a neutral spine here, extending your right toes back behind you on the mat. Draw in and up through the abdomen, broaden across your heart, lengthen through the crown, and then lifting that right heel just in line with the hip, pushing back through that heel. Your toes are angled all the way down. You might even gaze back at your right foot. Make sure all your toes are angled down toward the earth. You can stay right here, or you could gently extend your left arm forward, left thumb rotated up toward the sky. There's strength and integrity here, a little bit of fire. Fire's good. We just don't want to burn the whole house down, you know? Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Soften in the left palm. Soften in the breath rhythm. Now you can stay right here, or you can sweep your left arm out to the left side like a wing, like an airplane wing. Keep your right foot flexed and draw your right leg out to the right. Oh, hello. Things really changed, didn't they? Now we're really activating through our core. You might feel your right obliques kick on. Push through your right heel. Pitta nature likes to work a little bit. Deep breath in, extend through all points of the body, down to the earth, out through the left fingertips, out through the right foot, and then come on back Extending left fingertips forward, right foot back. You could bend your right knee, sole of the right foot facing up toward the sky. Sweep your left arm back. Maybe you find your right foot. Maybe not, that's okay too. Ground down through your left shin, broaden across your heart, and then gently release. Left hand down, step your right foot forward. In between your hands, right knee is stacked directly over your right ankle. We'll tuck the back toes under and lift through your back leg. Press back through that left heel. Deep breath in, lift through the chest. Not cranking in the neck though. We want the neck to just be a natural extension of your spine. You can keep your left hand down. Let's extend that right arm up, twisting to the right, peeling the right fingertips all the way back behind you. Broaden across the right fan of your chest. Your right index finger and thumb might gently connect here. Take another deep breath in. And then let's sweep that right arm all the way back down, framing the front foot. You can lower your back knee down. Feel free to untuck the back toes and lengthen out your right leg. Walk your hands back so they're more in line with your right shin. Flex your right foot, curling the right toes back behind you. You might gently bow over your right leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Breathe deeply. And then bend the right knee to draw it back to meet the left. Let's come into a child's pose for just a moment. Melt your hips back to your heels. Walk your hands forward. Allow your forehead, allow your forearms to relax down. If your forehead does not relax comfortably down onto the mat, no problem. Use a prop, use a cushion, or use your hands as a pillow. Allow the grounding nature of your child's pose to help root your energy back down to earth, bowing to yourself in this moment. Take another breath. Exhale forward. And then inhale. We're going to rise all the way back up to tabletop, lifting through the heart. You can point your kneecaps forward again if they were wiggled out to the side. Inhale as your chest draws forward. Exhale as you round your back, chin to the chest, and we're just going to glide the hips back, not all the way into a full child's pose, but just a little bit more. And then inhale, come forward again, moving through cow and cat, drawing back a little bit toward child's pose. Inhale, rise forward once more, lifting through the heart. Exhale, rounding through the back. Integrity and connection, squeezing in your core as you draw back, strong in the thighs. Rise back up, and we'll land right at center in our tabletop. Now we'll walk the palms forward about handprint. You can tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread through the pads of the fingertips. You can take a little bit of a wider stance here if you like to, drawing the hips up and back. Feel free to bend into the right knee and then the left, pedaling out your feet. So again, your feet could be set a little wider than your hips, and that can feel quite nice. Draw the heart back toward the thighs. Ears are between your biceps, so we're not letting the head just hang. We're not cranking the neck either. Neutral position. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Active in your deep center. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, melt your shins and your knees back down to the mat. Walk your hands back so your wrists are stacked underneath your shoulders, and stretch your left toes back on the earth. Zip up through the core a little bit more. we'll lift the left heel. Notice if that left hip wants to tip up. Keep your hips level, activating through your right thigh, engaging your glutes as if you could push your left heel into a wall right behind you. Now, of course, you can stay right here, or you can extend your right arm up. Notice too, if we tend to arch in the low back a lot, we want to lift through the back line of the body. So we're strengthening through the deep center. And you can stay right here. Maybe your right index finger and thumb connect in the wisdom seal. This gesture, this mudra, can help to create a sense of soothing here, even while we're working. This is the dance between effort and ease. Stay here or extend your right arm out to the side like an airplane wing. You can draw your left toes out to the side. Hello, outer thighs. Hello, glutes. Hello, core. Just say hi to the body parts, you know? Press the earth away. This is where smiling really helps, I promise. Another deep breath. And then we'll draw the left leg back, right arm forward. You can bend your left knee, sole of the left foot facing up toward the ceiling. Right arm draws back. Maybe your hand finds your foot or the top of your ankle. Maybe not today. You might just be extending your right arm back. That's perfectly fine. Opening across the chest, either way. Deep breath in. And then release. Set your right hand down. Step your left foot forward. Take as many steps as you need. Bring your left knee over your left ankle. You can come up onto the pads of the fingertips here. Tuck your back toes under. Lift and lengthen through your back leg. Pressing back now through the right heel. Right hand stays down. Left foot grounded. Peeling that left arm all the way up and back. Left index finger and thumb might lightly connect in the wisdom seal once again. So there's a little softness here. Rise up through your center. Peel open. Breathe. One more inhale. And then exhale, sweep that left hand all the way down to the outside of the left foot. Melt your right knee down. Feel free to untuck your back toes and lengthen out your front leg. You might wiggle your left heel forward a bit for our hamstring stretch on this side. Generally, we want to keep the hips above that back knee so the hips are stacked right over that right knee. You might be gently drawing your toes back towards you, awakening across the calf muscles and the hamstrings a little more. Deep breath in, lift and lengthen through your heart. Exhale, take a bow. Hugging this left thigh up and back. Slowly lift up, drawing your left leg back. Walk your palms forward. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Spread through the pads of the fingertips. Tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. This time, let's step the feet out wider than your mat. Nice wide down dog. Really draw your hip bones up and back. Creating lots of space between the legs. Space across the upper chest. Space between the ears and the tops of your shoulders as your heel bones ground downward toward the earth, as your hip bones gently draw up and back. Cooling, cleansing breaths, refreshing the system. And let's start to walk the hands back just a little bit. You can widen out your stance here. I'll rotate to the side on the mat. Coming into a wide fold. A really deep, wide fold today. Wiggle your feet out. Your feet are parallel. Allowing the torso to drape downward. Letting the back of the neck relax. Crown of the head toward the earth. Your Your arms could walk over to your right leg. And then walk your hands over to your left leg. We'll come on back to center, walking your hands back forward now. On your mat, feet are still wide. Back to that wide downward facing dog, grounded through the heels of the palms, underneath your thumb knuckles, grounded underneath your index fingers. Step your feet closer together, melt your knees and your hips back down, child's pose. And we can draw the knees out wider than the hips, letting your torso relax. Draw in a big breath, filling up across the side ribs, the back body. Exhale fully. And slowly begin to walk your hands back, sitting back. And sweeping the legs out in front. Let's come into a wide stretch here as well, flexing through the feet. Roll the shoulders up and relax them down. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, just begin to lightly walk the fingertips forward. If you have any other props, like blocks or even a stack of books, they could work here. You could also keep your arms extended and just be really soft and spacious with yourself and with this posture. Breathe in, finding space and length. Breathe out, soften in to the shape. We'll take 10 deep breaths here. You might find that counting the breath, 10, exhale 10, inhale 9, exhale 9, and so on, all the way down to 1, can be really soothing for the workings of the mind as well. Once you arrive at 1, no rush. Slowly walk your hands back up. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. You can bring your hands to the outsides of the legs. Hug the knees together. Give yourself a little hug. You can come to the center of the mat. And then we'll roll all the way back. So knees can be bent, feet on the floor. As you exhale, use your core. Lie all the way back here. And then extend your legs out. Float your arms up and overhead. Make any additional wiggles that feel good. Stretching through the right fingertips, down through the right toes. And then alternate. Extend just a little more through the left fingertips, down through the left toes. Take a deep breath. Extend evenly through the arms, through both legs. And then bend your right knee, hug your right knee into the chest. Let's rotate out the right ankle about 3 times in one direction, 3 times the other way. We'll rock the right knee from side to side, getting a little massage for that right hip. Hug the right knee back to center, coming into a half happy baby here. Another great hip opener that also creates lots of spaciousness in the body to kind of soothe those inner fires. So your left hand could rest lightly at your left hip bone, bringing the sole of the right foot up toward the ceiling, bending your right knee deeply to the outside of your right torso, Right hand can rest at your outer right ankle and your foot can relax. That's an extra soothing expression, really lovely. You could also have your right hand connected to your inner or outer foot, making sure the back of the neck is comfortably grounded. We don't want the shoulders or the head to curl upward here. It's counterintuitive to this shape. You might also just float your left arm out to the side like a wing. Take a deep breath in. Exhale into the stretch. You can always adjust the shape. You can always adjust your position. You don't have to stick with the first expression you choose. I promise. Let's release. You can just hug the right knee back into the chest one more time. Extend the right leg up toward the sky. Now, arms come down by the sides of the body. Press your right heel up toward the sky. Deep inhale, exhale. Slowly lower that right leg all the way down to meet the left. You can wiggle a little through the feet, the hips, pause, notice. Send the breath down the right leg, down your left leg. Notice how your right leg feels and how your left leg feels. As you inhale again, arms can float up and overhead, extending through your fingertips, stretch down through your toes. Breathe out and hug your left knee into the body. Rotate your left ankle 3 times in one direction, 3 times the other way. Shoulder blades relaxed down to the earth. Hips and low back grounded down to the earth. Moving into our half happy baby on this side. Your left knee bends and draws out to your side. Your left hand can come to the outside of the ankle, and you could relax across the foot or keep the ankle flexed. Left hand to outside or inside of your foot. Right hand maybe lightly resting on your right hip bone just to add some gentle gravity, or let it sweep out to your side for more cooling, spacious sensations here. There's no need to force anything in these stretches. We're just allowing gravity to wash over the body, allowing the muscles and the deeper connective tissue to simply be stretched without too much conscious effort. 5 more breaths. Slowly release the foot, hug the left knee back into the chest, and release your arms down by your sides. Extend your left leg up, press your left heel up toward the sky, deep breath in, exhale, melt that left leg all the way down, and relax, just release. Make any other wiggles, any other adjustments that you need to. Relaxing into Shavasana. Feeling your body soften down into the earth. This body of water. This water melting as if spreading out. Your arms might come out a little wider away from your body. Maybe your heels draw out a little wider. Feet are wider than your hips. Ride the waves of your breath here as your muscles relax, as effort releases. If thoughts arise, simply notice your thoughts and bring your awareness back into the breath. Allow yourself to simply rest and receive, soaking up the benefits of this Pitta soothing practice for body, mind, prana. Perhaps you imagine the breath flowing in and out like cooling waves. Perhaps you imagine that soothing blue color, like the clean, clear blue sky. Breathing in across your lungs and down your limbs, breathing down your arms from shoulders down through your fingertips. That cool, refreshing air down across your belly and your back, down across your legs, all the way out through your toes. Breathe across your arms, across your legs. Breathe through the top of your head. Could you sense your breath traveling around all the edges of the body, softening the seeming edges of the body? Breathe around your body. Sense the space above you, below you. As you slowly bring back gentle movement into fingers, into the toes, rotating your wrists, rotating your ankles, rotate head and neck side to side. Let your arms sweep out and up, like you're making a snow angel. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend both knees, hug the knees into the body, rock the knees gently side to side. You could draw small circles in the air with your knees, moving in one direction and then the other way. And then we'll tip over to one side so that you can press yourself up the way we began our practice together in a comfortable seat. Fingertips just lightly connected at your heart. Thank yourself for making this time for your practice. I thank you. Let's close with the resonance of Om, starting with a sigh, just to open up the instrument of the body, opening up the channel of the throat. Inhale through the nose, exhale with a soft sigh. Breathing in and breathing out for Om. Release your fingertips. Let your hands rest on your lap, palms rotated up, index fingers and thumbs lightly connected. Feel free to remain here in meditation for as long as you like. Namaste, friends.